Welcome back to your daily dose. I'm your host Alize, and this is a daily dose where you already know we do the most because we do. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a like. I feel like a lot of people will like it, especially people who have actually done this. Okay, that was just a little teaser. But anyway, if you guys would like to follow me on Instagram, you can follow me at alize.mills.1. You can also follow me on TikTok at GoddessZelum. And just let me know what you guys think of the video. Also comment what other things that you guys would want me to talk about, anything, you know, whatever the case. But let's go ahead and get into the video. I want to title this video, I Wish I Knew This Before, or I wish I knew this about Reiki. Because this is something I didn't know. Now, for a lot of people who don't know what Reiki is a healing technique that may reduce stress, okay, and anxiety, and improve sleep, lessens pain through light or no touch, okay. It's actually a form of energy healing that originated in Japan in the early 20th century. According to Earl E. Bacon, this is actually from a site. It's called everydayhealth.com. If you guys want me to put it in the link in the description below, I will. It's based on the idea that we all have an unseen life force energy that flows through our bodies, according to the International Center for Reiki Training. Okay. So basically, it's a guided meditation. A lot of people will say that it's like an outer body experience. Depending on who you are, everyone has a different experience with Reiki, but it's really it's like it's like shadow work, but it's a deep healing. And not everyone will do Reiki, not everyone wants to do Reiki, but I feel like it's very beneficial due to the changes that I saw not even within a week. Okay, now let's go deeper into what it is. Reiki therapy is a way of guiding energy throughout the body to promote the recipient's self-healing abilities, okay? Like it said before in the beginning. The belief system of the practitioner is that they don't cause the healing, nor are the source of that healing energy. They are a channel for the energy, similar to the way a garden hose acts as a channel of water, okay? So it's my experience, personally. Before I even get into the experience, I want to talk about how I was supposed to have it scheduled on the 16th of February. And I think it was the 16th of February. No, not the 16th of February. The 16th of January, I believe. And it didn't end up happening, actually. It did not end up happening. It was actually, the Reiki master said it was miscommunication. And they actually did it the day before, which was on January 15th, which was the full moon. That's also a great time to do Reiki as well. So I wasn't able to do it. And I remember that night I felt almost a shift of energy within myself, like a shift in energy, because I cried. I cried because not only did I want to go, I cried because for the first time in my life, I was ready to heal. For the first time in my life, I was ready to let go of things that don't serve me. For the first time in my life, I was ready to start a path of self-healing and self-love. For the first time in myself, I wanted to focus. First time in my life, I wanted to focus on me. And because I didn't get to do it that day, I cried. However, I was able to get it rescheduled that Friday, and I was able to go and do the Reiki session. Woo! Oh my God! Yeah! Yeah, I wish I had like the little audience cheering thing. But anyway, so my experience of Reiki, it was very powerful. It was an experience I will never forget. It was life-changing because there were so many things that I saw, so many things that I see, so many things that I feel. And I have now stepped into a different world, a different reality, right? I am intuitive, but I don't follow my intuition. In some ways, I do lack common sense. I have relied on other people to make decisions for me for a very long time, and I wouldn't, stand firm in the decisions that I would make for myself. So it was always me going to the next person or going to the next party and asking them, what should I do? Is this right? Is this wrong? Overthinking stuff, assuming the worst, or just really allowing too many people to make me feel as if though not that I wasn't not only good enough, but allowing people to make me feel like I was crazy, like I was paranoid, without me realizing that I'm a very intelligent woman. I am very intuitive. I can feel a lot, and due to my sensitivity of being an empath and learning a little bit more about myself, I want to read a little bit about who I am for you guys a little bit later in the video, but really taking time to really know who I am and see that I'm not how everyone else has perceived me to be, or like people have said I was. I'm not like that. But see, I always followed what other people would say because I always allowed other people's opinions to dictate who I was and who I am. So before I did my Reiki healing, I set out intentions. And those intentions was for God to show me the light. The first intention was for Him to rid out any negative energies, any people, things, whatever that I did not no longer need. Okay? To show me people's true colors, to help heighten my intuition. And the whole time I was writing down these intentions, I promised myself that from that day forward, I would lead with my intuition. And I would allow things to be. If it wasn't working, I would let it go. I wouldn't fight it. And I told myself that it is time for me to let go of the past. I really intended on letting go of my past because I have held on to anger, resentment, sadness, hate, all of those things in my heart, to where I would reject the love or the help that was being given. So when I wrote down these intentions, I went into the healing with an open mind. I was allowing myself to experience this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful experience that I was having. I was allowing myself to go through the healing. And I could feel my body, like a jolt in my body. I could feel my body getting warm at times. I could feel, I was listening to the calm sounds. I was listening to, because we had like a point that we were doing affirmations in our mind. And I could hear those thoughts telling me, you're not worthy. This isn't going to work. You can't do this. Stop. Stay where you are. You do not need to be over there. You need to stay here where you're comfortable. And I said no. I said no. I told myself, I said, I am worthy. I am loved. I am love. I am successful. I was telling myself that it is time to heal. There was a big voice, a loud voice, and I heard it, and it said, it's time to let go. Right? And the Reiki masters, it was two of them. It was it was a man and a woman. They were both married, and husband and wife. And I could feel, I felt one of them work on me twice, and then another one came back and did the same thing. And I'm gonna say it was very deep, because I kept picturing my inner child. I kept seeing my inner child's face, the little me. And I kept going back to my past, and it was just so much pain that was there. And I remember after the session, it was about 40 minutes. I remember after the session, one of the Reiki masters, the man says, I felt frustration on one side, and then I felt sadness on my end. And he spoke to everyone in the room, and his voice cracked, and he began to cry. Because everyone was experiencing, it was a group energy healing. I didn't mention that at the beginning. It was a group energy healing. It wasn't just one-on-one. It was, everyone was feeling different energies. Everyone was feeling like different emotions. And everyone was going through their own emotions. And I remember his wife telling me, she says, I felt almost like I wanted to dance. Like, she was like, I started to dance when I was working on you. And she said, maybe that's something that I need to do. I need to dance. I need to let my body flow. Because I'm a little stiff. You know how we have our root chakra, our sacral chakra, our solar plexus chakra. We have our heart chakra, our third eye, and then we have our crown. So she worked on my root chakra and my sacral chakra. You can know I'm stiff as a board, because baby, let me tell you something. I move like I'm old. Let's just get that out the way. No, but seriously, it was like a flow of energy that I felt. And I know that I need to continuously work on my root chakra. I know that I need to continuously work on all of my chakras and clean them out. And she helped clean out my root chakra, my sacral chakra. And she said she felt like an energy shift within me afterwards. Because when I woke up from the Reiki session, I felt calm. I felt clear-headed. I felt like I had gotten clarity. And I want to do it again. But the thing that really, I don't want to say surprised me, but the thing that really opened my eyes the most was the situation that happened with, who is now an old friend of mine again, was this friend that I had been friends with. I've been friends with this person for a very long time. We were like on and off. But I've noticed that this person has always tried to make it seem as if though I am constantly the problem. And something had to happen to the point where it was like God was taking this person away. Not saying that this person is bad, not saying that this person, I'm bad, whatever. It's just more so of, it's time to let go and it's time to move on. The hardest thing for me is to let go, right? Because I hold on due to the system that I am used to and the trauma and the hurt. And I'm used to people being a certain way towards me. So I gravitate more to that, towards that, than I do to, Alize, we accept you, we love you, And I was always being gaslighted and manipulated into making myself think that I am the problem. But for once in my life, I saw that I was not the problem. I am not the problem. That person has deep inner things that they need to work on within themselves. And I am not meant to be in this person's path, and they are not meant to be in mine. I felt almost like it was something that was shown to me. And it happened so fast. And I've been feeling this way about a few people. Like, I've been feeling like there's not a lot of people that I am in alignment with. There's not a lot of people that I am connecting with spiritually. they make me sick. It's almost like, it's like I feel like a sickness when I get near these individuals. It's like I don't connect with these people. I don't have these conversations. Like I don't have the conversations that I would want to normally have about elevating or being the better version of ourselves, or what are things that we can do and what are things that we can, make happen. It doesn't feel like that. I feel like I have allowed myself to be in connections that don't like that I don't want to say that don't connect with me, but I feel like I've allowed myself to force connections that don't really need to be there, or like force connections with people who don't deserve to be in my life. That's what I want to say. Sorry. But I have allowed to force connections for a very long time because I did not want to be alone. And because I did not want to be alone, I kept trying to force the connection. And I would always find myself going back to the same person that would make me feel a certain way, or the same individuals that would trigger my inner child, same people that would, constantly put me down. And I found myself in a position where I was not loving myself. This is not self-love. This is self-abuse. Yeah, I'm going to call it what it is. It's self-abuse. Because technically I'm abusing myself. Because I'm allowing myself to continuously force these connections that no longer need to be in my life. That no longer need to keep going on. It needs to end. And even, that's the one thing I think we forget. Whatever you believe in, God, the universe, those connections that you constantly try to force, it's going to be broken up some way, somehow. And you don't want it to be like that, because if we don't make the choice, then the universe or God will make the choice for us. And it doesn't mean that person was bad. It doesn't mean those individuals were bad. It just means that it's time for it to end. There's a reason and there's a season. And we go through temporary seasons in order to prepare us for what we're meant. For what's meant for us in the future. We go through these seasons to prepare us mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, and even financially. Just in case something comes back around, we already know. Oh, I've seen this before. I've dealt with narcissists. Okay. Yes. I've told you guys I have narcissistic traits, and I feel like everyone does in some type of way. But to the point where I've dealt with people who have really psychologically fucked me up to the point where I was like, it is me. I am the problem. I would find myself apologizing constantly. And then I'm telling myself I need to change. I need to change this. I need to change that. To please these individuals in order for them to shit on me again. So I needed to finally take that first step. And I remember someone telling me, like, you didn't need Reiki. It was just common sense. Yeah, it is common sense. But I lack common sense in some areas. Because I'm used to a certain system. Is it an excuse? No. It's not an excuse. Somewhere, somehow, there's individuals that lack common sense. No one's perfect. But it's a matter of whether or not we're going to continue to allow the same treatment. Someone said, you didn't need Reiki for that. I didn't go into Reiki for that specific person. I went into Reiki for myself. I do it because I want to heal myself. It's a form of deep shadow work. Right? And I feel like everyone heals in their own way. Not everyone needs to go to a Reiki session. Not everyone needs to talk to a therapist. but everyone heals differently. And I wish that I knew that not only was I going to see the light and be shown who people really are and their true colors, but I was also going to find out that healing is uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable to heal, because being used to something for so long, holding on to those trauma bonds, holding on to those people that no longer serve a purpose, that are not feeding us mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and mentally, that are not helping us to elevate but is tearing us down. We are so used to holding on to it that we don't want to say no. I'm not doing that anymore. I will say no, because I will not allow anyone to cost me my peace, my sanity, to make me feel whole, because that's not how I was feeling. I was feeling incomplete, and I've been feeling incomplete for a very long time. But after that Reiki healing session, it made me feel different. It made me see that there are people that do love me and people that do accept me. People who are willing to accept me for me and see that I am growing and I am changing, and not tearing me down to make me think that, oh yeah, you made mistakes in the past, but you're always going to be a bad person. And that is how the people I once lived with made me feel. They made me feel just that. There are people that I no longer talk to, and that's okay. Because not every person is in alignment with me, and I'm not in alignment with every person. The first thing I feel is energy. And if the energy is not connecting, and if it's not, we not here, I don't want it. I don't even want to start a relationship with you. I don't want to start a friendship with you, because you are not going to help me complete my purpose. And if you are not going to help me complete my purpose, you need to leave. You need to leave. And I wish someone told me that just because you're alone, it doesn't make you lonely. Just because you're by yourself, that doesn't mean that you're not loved. And you don't need to be in a relationship to be happy. Outside validation is not what you need. Inside validation, not the outside. So I wish I knew that. But you know what? Now I know that. And I'm happy I do. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Guys, so much is happening. You know, like I said, it's been a lot. I'm in my emotions. It's a lot. You know, I'm just taking it day by day. All right, but let me know what you guys think about this video. Definitely share it. I can't wait until you guys see it. I'm really excited about it. I'll definitely let you know my next Reiki session too, because I'm going to another one. But yeah, peace.